This episode of Film Riot is brought to you by Domain.com.
Today on the show, we do some background magic with backgrounds. Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes mystery out of the effects and techniques of going to some of your favorite Hollywood films. This is week 2 of you watching this because my baby was born, so we shot this in advance, anticipating the fact that my baby was coming soon, which I'm assuming labor is going to be very similar to summoning the Kraken, which I plan to yell every hour during my wife's labor. I'll let you know how it goes.
Nice joke, bro.
But as I told you last week, I'm taking some time off to be with my wife and our new addition to the family. And again, I'm so excited that I had an artist do another rendering of what my child will probably look like. That's my baby. But for today's episode, we're doing another rewind. This one goes back to our Fort Worth days in 2012 and shows how you can alter your background to get a middle of nowhere look. It also is the first episode with Uppercut the Butt. And here you go.
Hi. I was lost in the desert last week. Did you see that? Water. Remember that? Yeah. Ryan's gonna talk about that today. 'Cause guess why? We weren't in the actual desert. It was right next to a street with trees all around us. Visual magical trickery. Hey, you know what'd be fun? A staring contest. Ready, go. Did you blink first? Logo.
Hey friendo, this is Film Riot. I host this. So last week we showed a Doritos ad, and I gotta say it's one of my favorites that we've ever done. I don't really know why. It was just really odd, like super odd, like when you uppercut the butt.
Why don't you just put 50 shares then, and then you get everything. Uppercut the butt.
I was gonna say something. Balls. I don't remember.
Uppercut the butt!
I remember. Today we show you how to turn this into this, and that into that.
That's what you couldn't remember?
Hey, why don't you go
Wow. There it is then.
So the place we went out to was actually relatively small in its deserty look. I had to get strategic in my shooting to make sure that the effect would actually work. I mean, if you look one direction, you see trees, the other the same, and to the left was the road and civilization. So we only had one direction that we could really shoot, but I had 2 directions I needed to shoot in. So here's what I did. First, I shot all of Josh's coverage, first getting a wide shot of him crawling, then getting a tighter shot. All of them, the rest of them, were tighter. For the tighter shots, I made sure to frame it so that you could only see the ground, and because if I tilted up at all, you would see that the trees are in the background and just completely ruin the effect.
Do it, do it.
Once I had all of Josh's shots done, it was time to grab all the footage I needed from our soda-delivering guitarist. This side was much easier. I got one wide, which would serve as my hero shot for the character, but as you can see, Dre is in front of that same dirt hill that we see in some of Josh's shots, but that's okay because I know that I'm going to be adjusting the background later, and I kept that in mind while I shot this angle. After that, I cut to all closer shots of our desert hero. I was able to shoot all low angles since it was supposed to be somewhat of Josh's perspective of the beverage-bearing acoustic performer. The thing that is helpful about this is that I can fill the rest of the shots with just blue sky, and I won't have to worry about doing any extra visual effects later. So as I've shown on the show before, if you can't find the perfect location for what you're shooting, you can make the perfect location. You just need to find something that has a piece of what you need, and you can build on top of that. And you can do this even if you don't have access to visual effects. This sketch only has 3 big visual effects in it. We could have done the same video without those shots and just kept it all the close-ups, and it pretty much would have gotten the same effect. But of course, if you can extend out to a wide shot to establish your world, it will definitely be way more convincing and will add a lot of production value. And speaking of production value,
Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills.
so now I have all my shooting done. I'm out of the sun and home sipping on some nice lemonade drink, and then I pull my shots into After Effects. Now, I often get questions on whether I do my visual effects before or after I edit. I always edit first, then send the shots I want to apply effects to After Effects through dynamic linking. That way, I'm only spending time on the shots I know I will be using. But now that I'm inside After Effects, I want to remove my background elements to really sell the effect that our character's in the middle of Nowheresville. But there is a problem. My footage is handheld, which means I have to go through the painstaking process of tracking everything to be able to alter the background. And even then, with a shot like this, it may not turn out quite right. You might get things slipping around. Why didn't I just use a tripod, you might ask? The place that we were shooting was actually part construction site, so we had to get in and out with as little gear as possible to make sure we didn't have any issues. So now that I need a stable shot, I will digitally stabilize my footage using Warp Stabilizer. So in After Effects, I drop my clip in, select it, and then add Warp Stabilizer, which as you can see, immediately goes to work like a little workabee. But after it has completed, I'll change my results from smooth motion to no motion, and ta-da, a lockdown shot. Now I'll pre-comp this and then do the same to Josh's shot, and now I'm done.
Io sono noce, sono obbediente, mi lascio reggere e morire.
Domain.com is where I register all my domains, and now they got some .club goodness. .club is universal and understood globally. It's perfect when you're building a business site, a film startup, or anything that has any sort of collaboration, because, I mean, it's in the name.
Ryan,
Club.
Is it perfect for collaboration?
I said that.
Is it though?
Give
me an A-OK.
Go to domain.com to register your .club domain. They're only $9.99 a year. Thousands of great options are still available.
Now
and
give
use
me
the
deuces.
No, and use the
Give me
coupon.
deuces.
No.
Now give me deuces.
And use the coupon code FilmRiot to save 25%. It'll save you money. Let them know you heard it from us. When you think domain names, think domain.com.
Hit me with the West Side.
No!
Logo.
And that's it. Next week, we get back to business with some new FilmRiot lovin' from the oven. So Twitter, right here, for you to go to. Right here. And I'll see you guys next time when my speech is interrupted by a genetically altered shark.